And knowing is half the battle.
There we go. It didn't fade quite right there. Didn't move things. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are out there.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It's so good to see you. It's Sunday, November 29th, 2020. My name is Jeff Fritz, and we're going to write a little bit of code today. Look at how sunny it is out there. Of course it's sunny. It's Philadelphia. I got my Philadelphia 76ers hat on. So good to see you there, chat room. My gosh. I hope you had a great holiday weekend if you're here in the States. If you're elsewhere, I hope you're having a fine weekend out there. Let me say hello to all our friends that are checking in. Burger B, good morning. 5 Minute Coding. Marcind PL, Devlead, Big Ant Rod, good morning to all of you. Scott Kate is here. Oh my gosh, so good to see you, my friend. Let's welcome in Scott. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shyam Puvia, is that how you pronounce that? First time watching stream. Welcome in, good to see you. Let's welcome in Shyam Puvia, good to see you. Dukasoft, yeah, big hype. Impolowski is here. Smab, hello, hello. Got a little bit of waving there from 5 Minute Coding. Hello, oh my goodness. Well, you at least got your Black Friday here, so the kids got their tech Christmas sorted. Nice, nice. It's been a pretty good weekend here at the Fritz house. We spent all day Friday here with you, and we were working on Blazor static web apps on Azure. So Blazor, of course, is that technology that we can use, that component-based technology that lets us build user interfaces with C#, .NET technologies, and it can run either server-side or on the browser natively using WebAssembly. WebAssembly is available in every browser now. It's a HTML5 standard, so no problem. You can use it everywhere. And we're building a public website that uses Blazor WebAssembly, gets deployed directly into folks' browsers, and we're building a progressive web app called ClipTalk that's taking all the fun that we have with Twitch clips and making them more discoverable, building a little bit of social interaction around them in a TikTok emulating type of interface. So that's our initial name for this. That's where we're going with this. I've pulled back the source code for it because this is something that, as this starts to scale, we want to make sure that is secure and nobody has insight into the source code and tries to hack into us. So I did pull back the source code. I never actually licensed it to be shared. So going forward, as we start to add more features and we put more bug fixes in, I have no problem showing you what we're doing. Scott Kate with the resub. Thank you so much. 6 months with us. And we're going to make another donation to Girls Who Code. So I don't mind showing you what we're doing, but I don't want to share all of the source code so that somebody can stand up another one and effectively trick people into thinking that's the official way that these things are being built and done. So that's where we're going to go today. I want to show you. I've done some prioritization. I've done some project planning to try and get us set up so that we can build another set of features, put out another set of bug fixes, and deploy those. And I'd like to work with those using a staging slot on Azure. Now, staging slots are a way for you to deploy and still have it run in an almost complete Azure runtime, Azure location, right? A production location that isn't the production domain name and the location that all the public is accessing. Anybody can go to it if they have the right domain name, if they have the right address, but the idea is you have someplace to test, and when you're ready, you can flip and deploy and make that staging area now production. And with static web apps, this is easy for us to do because it actually allocates, if I've read this right, it allocates staging areas for each pull request that we create. So we can go out and we can see exactly what those pull requests did and how they update the website. So I'd like to work on a couple of bug fixes today. I'd like to work on our comment system and see exactly how staging slots are reflected and how they work automatically for us on Azure as we're building our application, because that feels like a really cool feature that's going to make it easy for us to detect and see whether or not new features work or not. No, we're not going for 12 more hours today. No. Mort Weber, not sunny, it's dark, it's 8 p.m. Well, in your part of the world. Here in Philadelphia, it's always sunny in Philadelphia. I need some more images to put over there so that folks don't think it's always just sunny. Maybe for the holidays, I need a snowy image of Philadelphia to put up there. Let me see here. How's it going, Black Eye? Good to see you. Can't wait when Blazor gets AOT compilation, currently doing a large enterprise software, and you notice the speed. I'm going to challenge you. I'm not seeing speed issues with Blazor WebAssembly using .NET 5. The website is cliptalk.com. I'll drop that in, and you do need to put the www in front of it. The preview version of the Azure Static Web Apps doesn't support the Apex domains. I can only have one domain name, so I can't put the Apex domain without the www in front of it. AOT, ahead of time compilation. So get it completely compiled all the way down. It runs really fast. It does already run really fast using .NET 5. So we're pretty happy with that. And I've talked to some non-developer folks and asked them what they thought of how it performs and how it interacts. And they're kind of happy with the performance in the production area. We'll head over, we'll look at the website, we'll talk about some planning here, and we'll get into this a little bit today. Let me refresh the website, and I'm going to get some music playing, and we'll head over and take a look at what that looks like. I'm going to play, you know what, let's just play Blue today. This is music to code by our friend, Mr. Carl Franklin. This is music that's scientifically designed, it's engineered to get you in the flow, get you in the groove, so that whatever task it is you're working on, you can focus on and just get stuff done. Check it out at mtcb.pwop.com, where you can execute the music command there in the chat room to get your copy today. Marcind, thank you so much for joining us. Tier 1 sub, welcome in, and we're going to make a donation like we do with all of our subscriptions, all of our cheers. We're going to donate to Girls Who Code and help them with their efforts and their mission to help young ladies learn about software, learn about the technology, and so folks can experience that magic that we developers have when we see code working. So, really great stuff. Yeah, Music to Code By is pretty great from our friend Mr. Carl Franklin. All right. Couldn't I configure an upfront service like Cloudflare to forward cliptalk.com to www? I could, but Azure looks at the host name and will not return the website if the host name is not the configured host name on it. I've already gotten that set up using my DNS, and it does not return it. It routes and Azure won't return it properly. So that's a problem. The first problem I want to fix is what you see right here. Right, this is Clip Talk, and I've got the dark reader on this. I should turn off dark reader for Clip Talk because there is no dark mode for this website yet. The first problem that we're running into is this right here. Let me show you what it's throwing. I'm getting an unauthorized when trying to load the list of Twitch folks that you follow. What's happening here is when you go to the website, it creates an access token and a refresh token. It stores them in browser storage and attempts to use those to verify, okay, you're logged into the website, let me show you all the things. It doesn't refresh. Hey, it's Litany. Hello, hello. I can get rid of that 12-hour countdown. There we go. So that's a problem, and it's real easy to solve. If the access token has expired, and we know if it's expired, we need to kick off a refresh. So these are the types of little fit-in finish things that I want to tune and work on today. They're a little bit of bug fix. They're a little bit of enhancement. There's other things like our play arrow there. It might be nice to have a background around it so that you can tell that there's a play arrow on top of that because it's kind of getting lost in the background of this. So I didn't even create an issue for that, but these are the types of things that I want to get into. Let me queue up. There's a couple of questions here in chat I want to get to. Go ahead, take a picture. There you go. And that's coming off of Custom Vision AI on Microsoft Azure. I've got more than 80 hat images, 80 hat identifications loaded into Custom Vision AI, and it will automatically detect and report to you what hat I'm wearing. Excuse me. Let me answer some of these questions that I have that I'm queuing up here. Why isn't featured chat showing me? Because I want to queue these up, answer these, and we'll get into this. Here we go. DevLead asks, started using Blazor server-side in production a couple of weeks ago, and for enterprise apps, it's really productive. Yes, completely agree. And sometimes you just want some tables and CRUD that create read, update, delete interactions with the database. Azure App Service with Azure Active Directory makes it really easy to protect the website. As it's server-side, very little can leak, and you can just use SQL Server with HTTP APIs, etc. Yes, that is it. This is like just add business logic and it works. Completely agree. Makes it almost too easy to do. And Major Gamer Geek, we'll get into your question because that's exactly what we want to answer here in a minute. Curious Drive asks, did I buy an SSL certificate or Azure Static Websites binds that for you? It came with it for free, and Azure Static Websites is binding that for me. If I click into it, verified by DigiCert, and you can see website www. Click Talk, DigiCert, expires in May. Azure deployed and put all of this out here for me. I didn't have to do a thing. So, and if I had to buy one, I would install the freebie Let's Encrypt cert for now, and eventually buy a more robust one for if this takes off. If this service takes off, all games are off. Things change, and we're gonna get really focused on this. McMuffin Baker asks a question. I don't know if it's the right place, but does anyone know a thing or two about motherboards and graphic cards? We know a thing or two. Curious if there would be any downside in putting the graphic card in slot 2 if both slots are 16 on the motherboard. You know what? That's a good question. I don't know. Not sure. I don't think there is. You're looking for the SQL Express. So, Let's Encrypt is pretty awesome. Major Gamer Geek asks, where do you store your access token between sessions? I'm not going to show you because all the way down into it, but it is stored in local storage. I'm not going to click into this, but it is in the local storage. It serializes to a JSON array, and it's sitting there in your browser's local storage. Now, I could put it in a cookie also. It's the same thing, right? That is limited to my domain, so I can grab the data out of there, interact, and do the refresh. So, to each their own, right? It should be the same. Yeah, it's litany. I agree with you. Your motherboard architecture is gonna determine which PCI Express lanes you're going to be able to use best on your motherboard. Major Gamer, who was it who was asking that? It wasn't Major Gamer Geek. It was McMuffin Baker. If some of the slots are wired and they're sharing space with a SSD, some of them are given full bandwidth. Depends on your motherboard. So, yeah, you're right, Johan. Cookies do go back and forth to the server on each request. There is no server in this configuration. The server is a set of APIs that are managed by Azure functions that are stateless, that are running under the context of the application. We never send your personal information to the server. So I'll rephrase. Cookies are the same thing as local storage in the sense that they're scoped to your domain. Other domains can't reach into there and pull data out. Right? I can't... ClipTalk.com cannot request anything about the local storage or the cookies for the Bing.com domain. You can't jump the sandbox like that. You're right, they don't make the round trip. Cookies do make the round trip to the server. I don't need to make a round trip to the server. And my application data stays protected in this browser. It also means if I open another browser tab to ClipTalk, I'm still logged in. So, yes, page reload will send the cookies back. Page reload, right, doesn't do anything with my local storage. Session storage is different when I go from tab to tab to tab. Those are different sessions, right? This way works. Same origin cookie and local storage access is the reason that cross-site scripting attacks are so valuable. Why shouldn't we keep access tokens in local storage? Is that a framing issue? Somebody could host the website in a frame and jump in and get it?
Helping all. Let me add some value.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Major Gamer Geek. I appreciate the cheer. You're not saying don't use local storage. Okay. Right, cross-site scripting attacks. Yes. For folks to attack and get the data out of local storage or out of a cookie, they need to inject content into your website to grab that data and send it. Yeah. Oh, good. Frames are isolated. That's what I thought. Right. So with this website, you can't... First off, it's Blazor. You can't inject JavaScript into this because there is no JavaScript. You can't inject C# into this because it won't compile. So, I didn't see your question there. Sig was taken. Let me, let's answer this one. Can you find jobs that use Blazor? It always seems that React and Angular are dominating the web dev scene. To be clear, React and Angular have been out for 5 to 10 years. Blazor just hit V1 last year. So you're not finding huge companies shifting and saying, we're looking for all Blazor folks yet, because it's still ramping up. we're still right. There's still folks evaluating and deciding, do we want to use this technology? Where React and Angular have been around, right? Angular's been around for almost 10 years. React Web Framework, 7 years. React's been around. And Angular, right, I thought it was 10 years. Initial release 2016. No. Angular JS goes back even further. There we go, 10 years. That's what I thought. 2010. So they've been around. Folks have been building stuff on those for 7 to 10 years. So there's track there. Going forward, you're going to see folks pick up on this as it becomes more and more popular, and as enterprises and organizations start to look for and ask for it. So, like, .NET Core is only 5 years old. I say only because, right, where you had .NET Core and .NET Framework next to each other, and there was a migration period, and we're seeing more and more folks now start doing .NET Core and now .NET 5 first. So, yeah, definitely, I agree with you. Let me put that comment up. That's a very good point. Since the .NET 5 launch, which was 3 weeks ago now, 2 weeks ago, we're starting to see Blazor being considered because it's now got some significant performance in it. It's got some easy accessibility, and there's migration strategies now that are available that will get you into Blazor from existing applications. So it is really rad. It's something that we're enjoying. You saw a job asking for 6 years of experience with .NET Core. Have them contact my friend David Fowler. He might have 6 years experience with .NET Core. David Fowler is the architect who wrote the initial prototypes for .NET Core when that was being called .NET Framework 5. Right, and before what that was as a prototype, and it eventually became, well, that was Project K, which became .NET Framework 5 was the initial term, and ASP.NET 5, and then it turned into .NET Core. So when it became production release. So, all right, let's do this. You did Carl Franklin's Blazor training? Good. Oh my gosh, Anrield!
Unreal just gifted 5 subs.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Anrield. 5 gift subs into the channel. We're going to give 5 more donations to Girls Who Code. Is it Mr. Jow? It's Litany, Megathorks, Banyana, Will Airways. Congratulations. You just got a gift subscription thanks to our friend Anrield. Can we get a shout out for Anrield there? Thank you so much. Anrield's doing some really cool stuff. She's got... Right, come on, click open. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Right, let me make sure I get... And you're not... you don't really broadcast, do you? Right? Do I have that right? Am I thinking this through? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's me. Thank you so much. You might start next year again. That'd be awesome. Definitely encourage you to start streaming. There's a thing there. So let's do some bug fixes here for this. Thank you again very much for those gift subs. I created a couple of milestones here, and hey, Invisible Programmer, thank you for the kind words there. I created a milestone here called Complete Features that I want to go through. Let me outline what our project is today, and we'll go through and start hammering through this. So let's call this Clip Talk Fit and Finish. Clip Talk with Blazor, so that folks see the word Blazor in the title there. Oh, ASP Classic was a thing. Yeah. First thing I want to do is I want to refresh user login tokens. I think that's a easy bug fix to get through here. Right, I think I have it here. User login, refresh. If your token has expired, refresh so that we can get the list of folks there. I think I'm going to avoid virtualization for right now. Not too much of an issue. This is one that I think is going to be useful to be able to say, for me to be able to see and say, okay, this is the version number and it's been deployed or not. I'm looking at the production area so that I can see exactly what that widget, where it's living. And I also want to do the convert Twitch ID to string. Let me put the Twitch ID first. Right, I started storing the Twitch ID as a long. That was a suggestion from Fierce Kittens. But our friend Lucky Number Slevin pointed out it's not always a long integer, a 64-bit integer. Sometimes there's characters in there. So to be safe, Twitch recommends you store it as a string. So I'm going to store it as a string. We'll change that up briefly here. I think I either want to do this developer version widget or the component system. This one's going to be a big one. Oh, let's do logout. Right, while I'm working on working with the tokens, let's do logout. Let's do, yeah, logout feature. I mean, that's easy, right? You need to be able to log out of the website. That'll get me 3 items here. The fav icon, my thinking was for the fav icon, I could just do a purple square with a stylized K for clip talk. Something simple. Yeah, that font, right? I wanna fix that, right? Blazor, yeah, Sig was taken. What do you see? We're gonna get into this, and I think you might like it. So logout, user login, convert Twitch ID. I'm gonna skip this one. The virtualization. Let me come back to that. This one didn't feel right at all the way that it was working. I think I need to load more data. Let me do the developer version number widget. I think that's going to be I think that's something easy to put in here. And the idea with this is I just want a little widget, a little indicator that appears on screen that if you're a user that's been identified as developer, me right now, and if we're running inside of a development environment, ASP.NET Core allows you to define your environment as either development, staging, or production. It'll detect and change logging and some of the interactions appropriately. Well, if you're in development, which is basically when I'm working on my workstation, it's production when it's running out on Azure. Show this little widget and let me see what the version number is and work with it. Now, version number, I'm thinking should just be like the branch name and the date that branch was published. So I think that's the 4th item that we'll work on today from, then I'll put that on the to-do list up there. Ergon Rod, let me put that up here. There it is. What do I mean by a widget? Just a little square that appears and kind of sits static on the page, so that for my eyes when I'm looking at the application, it's always there, and I know what I know where I'm looking at, because I could potentially, or any developer on the application could potentially have 3 or 4 instances of this application running, and I want to make sure that that I know and don't confuse the production system with where I'm developing, so that I don't run into issues, right? Saying, oh gosh, it's not working. Well, it's not working because you're looking at the wrong instance of the application, right? No, I don't need an ouch theme. the hot dog stand. Dukasoft. I don't know what program people prefer when creating fav icons. That's, yeah. Yes, I would create it as a component. Ergon Rod. I would create it as a component that is just conditionally included, or it's always included and it conditionally displays. Maybe that's the way to do it, based on whether it meets those couple criteria. That this is a developer, or that the environment is development. Hey, Screech Rat, welcome in. So, let's take a look at and get into this first one. Exactly, and Pulowski.
Fohammer _ 419 just resubscribed for 8 months. Less than 3, less than 3, less than 3. Just doing some documentation and bug fixes this morning. Thanks for keeping me company at Sharp Fritz and Chat. Pro advice, push to prod with bad data and blow everything away, because I've totally never done that.
Ooh, thank you so much, Fohammer, for that resub. 8 months, and we're going to make another donation to Girls Who Code. Much appreciate the support. That's really great stuff. Thank you for that. My gosh. I really am a big fan of paying this forward to the folks at Girls Who Code. So let's do this. Let me start with this first one here. Refresh the user login tokens, because this is exactly the problem that I'm seeing right now. Back to milestones. Actually, it's right there. Here. So if the user token has expired, let's go refresh it. So I've already got the source code downloaded, running here, right? This is the same as what's out there in my production space. I should create a branch. So that, not branch. Checkout. Right, and I don't know. Let's call this bug user login. Right. So I'm going to fix the things around the user login issues. So let me head back over to my source code. Yeah. Close all but this. There we go. So I have it actually doing the re-login, reconnecting up here in my login view component. This is the component that you see in the website right here that shows that you're logged in. I need a little bit of space and stuff there, but here it says if the user access token that we have in memory is empty, go try and get it from local storage, the user object. And if we do get that user object, go reset all the values. I write out the Twitch ID, which is just an indicator for me in the console that, oh, I got this person. And notify the rest of the application, hey, state has changed. If you were looking for the user to be updated, it's been updated. Go repaint. And done at that point. What I need to do, and I think I should do like right in here just before this, is I should call, and if the token has expired, right? Because if expires at is before now, I can use the refresh token to go in and get a new access token so that I can now interact and log in and work properly. You create similar daily to-dos at work? Yeah. Thinking about creating a CLI or a website? I was using, and I do use Trello. So maybe there's a place to have a Trello command line app. So you can just hammer those out and they sit there in your Trello. Now they're move things into a today's card list and have them output somewhere. Our friend and fellow live coder Layla Codes It has a similar to-do list feature for her stream, but instead of this is just in memory in my bot. She uses Trello as her backing for that, so she can go back and pull out those cards next time and say, well, here's what we didn't finish last time that we can pick up and continue with. So cool. So let's look back at, I have here we go, Twitch developer reference. Let me go up to authentication. There's instructions here for how to refresh an access token. You need to have an active token refresh token pair from a body. Yep. So to refresh, you send... Now, why is dash dash data URL encode there? Token dash dash data URL encode that he's posting into. Grant type refresh token equals this, client ID, client secret. Well, I do get this on the server. So maybe I make this route through the server, through an Azure function, to refresh a token. I pass your refresh token to the server. Go do this refresh, and send back, here's your tokens, to the client for it to work with. Sig was taken has a question about Blazor here. Let me put this up, and we'll get back. Oh, shoot. Well, I didn't want to do that. Put that back up. Put that back up. There it is. How well does Blazor work with Linux systems, since Windows is not everything .NET Core and later? Everything built with .NET, including Blazor, that isn't explicitly Windows, is cross-platform. So Windows Forms, Windows Presentation Foundation, the Xamarin frameworks that are iOS and Android specific. Everything else works cross-platform. Windows, Mac, and Linux. Console applications, services, web applications, web services. Blazor works great. DevLead right there says using Blazor on daughter's Chromebook without a problem. You can go back. There's videos on YouTube from when we did Minimal March. I went to my local Walmart and I bought this Chromebook, HP Chromebook. Cheapy little Chromebook I bought for $200, and we were building Blazor applications on it. Granted, building on it, slow, but building on it, no problem. What IDE can use? You can use whatever you'd like. Everything builds and works just fine at the command line. In fact, I showed you here, right? Here's my Windows terminal. I'm building Blazor with a .NET watch command. You see the watch running there. This is Blazor WebAssembly building completely at the command line. You can do this on Windows, Mac, and Linux. It works the same everywhere. So, lot of flexibility. Lot of flexibility on that. How and where you can build with this. Yeah, so I think I should do... Yeah, you're welcome, Sig was taken. It's really great, really flexible stuff that you can use. So I think I want to have this post back to my Azure function where I do have the client secret. Go fetch, do the refresh, and return the tokens, because I already do that in my authorize page, right? In my authorize page here, and I can clean this up, right? Get tokens. It reaches out right there to the server. And the tokens that it responds with, right there they are. I stash in user like this. So I'm going to be doing almost this exact same configuration, this exact same method, but in my login view, which tells me I should reuse this. I should move this somewhere where I can, right, where I can pass in my navigation manager, my my user object, and have it go format and do all of these things. Do a little bit of refactoring here to make this work a little bit easier. And I started with this concept of formatters here. Twitch URL, this is getting the login URL. So I need to also be able to get my server URL, right? So that I can build, well, I do that as part of this, don't I? Right? Yeah. This is this getting the server URL, this bit right here. You need the server URL so you can tell Twitch where to redirect back to. But for this purpose, if I'm reading, I don't have to send there is no redirect. I have the refresh token. I don't know why it's token -- data Erlang code like that. Why did they put this on a separate line? Oh, wait a sec. No. Is this supposed to be a curl statement? Yeah, that's a curl argument, but right, they put the argument in between. That's weird. That's weird. Yeah, I guess. All right. Let me go back over here. I'm going to go into my function. Right, so I have security function here. Let's collapse up everything. So get the app access token, right? This is where it's actually, right, posting, deserializing, and returning the app access token. This is the app access token for the application. This is the application access token. This is the authentication for the user using OAuth. Okay. All right. Be nice if I documented that. Get the app access token for the ClipTalk application. And this one is get access tokens for the logged in user. Right? It's a difference in context. Is this access credentials for a user? Is this access credentials for an anonymous application? So now we'll add a method here for, public async task. We're going to return an iAction result. And this is going to be refresh. Let's call this refresh user tokens. Doesn't matter what I name this here. It's going to change things. So, Svava! Oh, look at the trolling. Look at the trolling. That is fierce trolling. Without the fierce and the kittens, it's just... Alright, we're going to change to Viking font for 15 minutes. Oh, yes. You know what? And I can use that countdown overlay. I can use that. Can't I? I can figure out a way to script this, right? If I change it to that and put this over here, let me go fonts, and I have what's the it's just Viking font. I have this installed. I thought I had this installed. No, I don't have it installed. I thought I did. Right? No. And I didn't want to leave that yet. Shoot. Let me come back to your question in just a second there, Invisible Programmer. Just a second. I'm going to queue that up so that I can remember to come back to it. It is the post body. It's the post body. Okay. That's easy. Right to embed as a post. I thought I had the Viking font installed here somewhere. Viking font. Right? We haven't trolled with this in forever, but I don't see it. Oh no. Oh no. And light mode? Oh, the trolling is strong today. Eternal Dev Coder, you wound me. Was it... Hang on, turn that off. Was it that one? It's not Pirate Viking. Do you remember what it was? Are you kidding? We're going to load this up. What? And hamsters. 2 hamsters redemptions. We're going to go for 10 minutes with hamster voice. Man, oh man. All right. It is going to be crazy. Yeah, holiday spirit. Are you kidding? Yeah. Yeah, be right back in 15 minutes. Oh. Come on, show me those Viking fonts. No. Darn it. Svava, do you remember the Viking font? Is it just sitting in my downloads? Oh, maybe that is it. Oh, there, I do have it. It's PR Viking. Is that why I couldn't find it? Because it's... Yep, there it is. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? I'm gonna bump the font size up just a little bit because that's gonna be really hard to read. Oh dear Lord. All right. Let me reset that timer. There you go. 15 minutes with that. And oh my goodness. All right, so that's in. Thank you, Svava. And we're going to go to light mode as well. Oh, dear Lord. I use blue when I use light mode, which means we need to change glasses. Where are they? Oh my gosh. And it reset my font too. That's weird. All right. Come on. PR Viking, good. Oh, there it is. So there's light mode. We're on for that 15 minutes, and we're going to hamsters. Oh, baby.
Here we go. This is torture. Torture! Look at this. It is. This font is like cavemen were writing C# code on a wall. Invisible programmer. You can see my setup. Cool. Asks, why is the get app access token static? Because this is for the application. It's running not in the context of the user. So if the application needs it, and it might be running asynchronously at some point, call this without any context. Yeah, case sensitivity is going to be so annoying. This is chipmunk, not hamster. It's also squirrel. It's whatever. You know? Alright, let's get into this. Write some code. This is for 5 minutes. And actually we have another 5 minutes behind it. So I'll check that one off. There's a maximum of twice these can be redeemed each stream. Alright, here we go. Do it! I need a function name, and we'll call this refresh tokens. Capitalization is awful with this font. Thanks, Father. HTTP trigger, authorization level, anonymous. Anonymous? Yes, that's a thing. It's totally a thing. It's a get, and it's an HTTP request, and we'll just call it request, right? I'd like a logger too. Thank you. Much appreciated. Alright. Here's my method. You don't understand any word? Turn on the closed captioning. It's right about here in your video player. Click that and you'll see my words. It should be better. Alright. Anonymous. Yes, that's a thing. Totally a thing. Alright, here we go. Let's do this one. Maybe it shouldn't be a get. Maybe it should be a post into this that then returns and sends it. Yeah, I think we should do it that way. No. Ah, this thing. I need some of this. Come on, where is it? Something like that. What a pain in the neck. I should reuse all of that junk. Okay. So the refresh token, is that all I need? Is that all I need? Really? Really? Hey, free for today only. Come on. You too. Here? No. Here? Yes. I just need the refresh token. Okay. That's easy. So let's change this to post. Post. Is it all caps or I don't know. Whatever. Oh, I need a paren there. There. Okay. So we'll fix target URL. Refresh token equals request form token. Sure. Let's force it to string on that. Alright, target URL. Grant type equals refresh token. This one. Is it uppercase, lowercase, lowercase? Not that I can tell. Client ID, client secret, got those. I'm not passing code. Instead, it's refresh underscore token. Hey. Yeah. Something like that. And not code. Nah. Alright. I don't have redirect URL. Is that it? Refresh token. Token. Client ID, client secret. Yep, those four. Line that up nice. Thank you. Create a new. Okay, here we go. I need to post that. So it's not new string content. Oh. That needs to be the content of my post. Okay. So let's payload new form content. Sure. And it wants a name value collection. Got it. New dictionary, string. 5 more minutes. Here we go. Okay. And that'll satisfy Ducasoft's channel point redemption. There we go. Alright, yeah, the creator of this font should be sentenced to use it forever. Well, I don't know if they intended it to be used for code. Right? Come on. We knew what this app was earlier. Okay. Lots of buttons. Oh no. Yes. 5-minute coding. I have 4 stream decks. That's a thing. Totally a thing. Right? You need that. So.
Make it so.
Yes, I do. Right. Not that one. Not this one.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
There we go. Alright. Let's. Gosh. Client ID. And the key for it is Twitch client ID. Next, client secret. I don't know if this is uppercase, lowercase, whatever. Twitch secret. Okay. Refresh token is the refresh token that was sent. Grant type. Is refresh token. Now I don't have that. And now post async here. Hello. Ensure status code. I don't have this. Don't need that. At results. And it's going to return it. We should parse it and replay it like we did everything else. So. Well, it's a post. Right? This is a post. Right, and it says parameters. So, while it looks like a query string, I don't think it is. I think we're okay with that. I mean, it's easy enough to roll back, but... There we go. We recommend you do access token refreshes synchronously with respect to all consumers. Yes, so when you need it, get it once and roll it out to all consumers. I think we got it. I think we got that. So back over here. Okay. And I'm gonna emulate. Where is it? Here. This bit. I'm gonna copy that back over here. Let's just say refresh tokens. And I'll create a method to do that. Protected async task refresh tokens. And I can say I'll wait on this too. If user expires at is less than, no, if it's greater than, return. You're done. It works. Goodbye. Bye-bye. 10 seconds left with the hamster. Let's see here. Paste that in. This is almost what we're gonna do. Set post. Oh no. Hold on.
But I've still got 2.5 minutes with this font in light mode. Bah! Alright, we'll get through this. Why isn't it like HTTP? HTTP, it's totally right there. Oh, I'm not injecting it in here. Alright, fine. Look at that. Look at that. HTTP client. Okay. Yes. Post async API, and I'm calling this, what did I call this? Refresh tokens. Look, I'm not even going to try and write it. I'm just I'm copying and pasting here. So I'm posting it, and I need to upload the refresh token. So I'll create once again payload equals new form URL encoded content. Yes. New dictionary of type string, right? This is because we need to pass a collection of values. So, and it was, what did we call it? Token. And we will pass user.refresh token in that payload. So then here, payload. If it's successful, if it's not successful, read out what I wrote out. That way we get a little bit of error reporting. Otherwise, read from JSON into Twitch tokens and reset the access token, the refresh token, and the expires, which, let's just confirm. Here's what the Twitch tokens look like. Access token, refresh token, expires in scope type, token type. Wait a sec. That's the token. The user is a different object. Right. Let me just make sure that's the same shape as what's being returned when we request. Right, when we request, we get access token, refresh token. No, that's if we request scope also. Access token, refresh token expires in scope, token type. Yes. Okay. Same shape, so we're good. So, yeah, I know. I can't tell the difference in casing. It's kind of like, you're dead. Okay. In going to start this so we can see and make sure it's actually working properly. Let me put a breakpoint. No, wait, that's not. It's over here. Oh, I can't tell the difference. Let me put a breakpoint right there, just before it goes to try it. Wait a sec, that shouldn't be header dictionary. That should just be dictionary. Don't you know what a dictionary is? It doesn't. Alright, let me start that. And, right, confirm. Yep, Blazor is still working here locally. I'm going to start my local instance of this. Debug, start. Oh, good, we're done with our... we're done with light mode and all this. Alright. While that is starting... Can I change back my theme here? Move this over. I'm gonna change that back real quick. Back to dark mode. Dark mode. And I have to do this as 2 steps because it resets the font. Actually, I might be able to do it in 1 because it'll reset the font for me. Change the color. Thank you. Now, where did I... Much better. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Back to normal. Alright. So now let me open a browser and go to the local instance. Right, localhost 5000. I haven't touched this in a while, so bang! Look at that. It's already coming into refresh tokens. And I should have a payload content already built out there. I don't want to show it because I don't want to dox myself. Refresh token should be a thing here. Yes. I don't care that you see the refresh token because it doesn't matter because you don't have my secret to be able to do anything with. So there we go. And it doesn't matter. It errored out. Why? What was the exception we got? Bad request. Okay. So I'm going to guess that this is the query string issue. We were talking about, is this a query string or isn't this? So instead of posting with that payload, I'm going to say new string content. So it's just empty. Oh my gosh, Whitlock!
Whitlock raided my stream with 45 viewers.
Hello, hello! welcome in. Thank you so much, Whitlock, for the raid. Hello there, raiders. My name is Jeff Fritz. We are evaluating. We are going to be inviting folks to join the live coders. Thank you so much for the raid. My name is Jeff Fritz. We're working on a website that takes Twitch clips and makes them available for social sharing, very much like TikTok. And we're doing it with a Blazor application, the Blazor static web application. What are you doing over there on your channel, Whitlock? Let us know. Can we get a shout out for Whitlock? No, I don't have Delphi Classic theme. No. And I'm not in VS Code. I'm in full Visual Studio, actually. So I'm going to convert this back into an extension on this URL here. So let me get rid of that. Right? Oof. It's like, I just did this. I just undid this. And now I've got to put it back. There was a T there. Delete that. Put this over here. And put that back. I'm going to put... You know what? Let's start with a question mark over here so that things kind of line up. Turn that into a plus. Do this, and I'll say equals. There we go, and that, and one of these with a plus. Ugh, such a pain in the neck. Refresh token. Oh, wait a sec. No, that was right. That was right. Refresh token equals my refresh token that I'm passing in plus dollar quote and grant type. This one is hard coded. Semi. Get rid of that. I think that's it. I think that's all I needed. Right? Refresh token is there. Yeah, it knows what those are. Okay. String content is empty. Oops. Let's see how that looks. You were stuck on a bug for 2 hours. We're working on the Ranger class in your online game. Okay, that's cool. I hate getting stuck. In, what was it? Client secret is in caps? Where? No, we're alright. No. We're okay. I think we're okay. Let's try this again. Debug. Start. That's okay. The SIG was taken. Timeouts for things that are kind of off topic and get a little... the parameter name, well, there. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'm not sure if capitalization is going to matter. I'm fine with... I forgot the ampersands in here. Forgot those to make that an appropriate query string. That I did forget. Capitalization shouldn't matter. But just to be safe, you're right. It does use the URL encode here to parse those values. There we go. I never really take offense at timing out folks. I do take offense to folks that troll and want to create and start an argument and want to be a nuisance to the stream. In that case, it's like, sorry, you know what? You're done. You're not being friendly and encouraging to our community, so we're going to say goodbye. There we go. So now it's going to post to that target URL, and I didn't want to show that entire thing. That worked. Did we get a good status code? Yes. And I don't want to show the out results. I want to publish those, and it should continue working, and I should now get my stuff on the side here loading properly. The folks that I'm following. Yes! All right. I think that's working properly. So I am going to commit that because it sure looks like, right? I mean, I had a great test scenario there where my code wasn't, my user token wasn't updated. So that's number 4. Git commit. Now refreshing. I'm not refreshing the app access token yet. Hey, Vicious, good to see you. Now refreshing user access tokens. Fixes number 4. Git push, origin bug, user login, and track that. Do I need to do this with over here, app access token? Right, I just get the app access token. Right, and it brings it back. I never do a refresh on this. So I would need exactly the same method here, right? To go and refresh and reset the application's access token. Let's do that one real quick, and then I'll mark number 1 as done. Right, actually, what is this? Any font that I would like, Invisible Programmer wants me to change to. Oh, I see how this works. Svava, are you still there? Robert Tables is here. Hello, hello. Is Svava still here? No, you can't do wingdings. Wingdings doesn't work. Let's do this. Let's say end app access token dot. Where'd it go? I didn't write an expires at here. Crumbs. Right? App access token is type Twitch token. Twitch token. Go back over here. Svava, what was the name of right, we had some favorite fonts that we used with Fairy. What was the name of one of those more gaudy ones that had a little bit of flourish on it? Not the Minecraft one, not the Viking one. There was another one. There was like a Walt Disney one, and there was also a unicorns one. Webdings doesn't work. There is the actual unicorn one. Do I have that installed? Right. It's not. You can't search for the unicorn font without actually going into the font screen. See, it still thinks I'm over there. Oh yes. Oh yes. We'll be using unicorns are awesome for the next 15 minutes. Let me reset the timer. There you go. 15 minutes on the clock. Congratulations, Invisible Programmer. We've just made everybody's life a living. Well, whatever. So let's... I believe I can add this without it getting too ornery. Right? Public... Oh boy. Date time expires at... Yeah. And this is going to be a get set. I need to... Yep. And this is not serialized. so that when we do try to interact, it's not going to do anything with this. But I'm going to set up a private int expires in, and what I'll do, I'll have the get return that value. The set, I'll have set that value, and then, oh, I and then. Yes. I still didn't load the Macho Man clips. There were some other clips I was looking at this weekend that I needed to grab also. Expires at equals date time now add seconds value. This way it's stored in memory when we're using this. Yes, this is called Unicorns Are Awesome. So, why don't you like that? No, it's only valid on field declarations. How do I... What is it for JSON to tell it not to serialize? Not to. Is it JSON ignore? Is that what I'm thinking? No. Because I use system text JSON serializer. JSON ignore C#. Let's start there. Right, and I'm not too concerned with Azure functions and what time zone they're in. It's all running in the same time zone. Yeah, JSON ignore prevents a property from being serialized or deserialized. Yes. Perfect. What's condition? Specify a condition that must be met before... No, all of them. Yeah. So, JSON ignore. And that should give me system text JSON. No. Using system text. That should totally be a thing. What do you mean it's not there? I know why it's not there, because I'm inside of here, which is .NET Standard 2. Right? This is in system text JSON serialization. System, can I add system text JSON? Manage NuGet packages, browse. Give me system text JSON. There it is. Does this support .NET Standard 2? .NET Standard version 2. Fantastic. Make it so. I have a button for that.
Make it so.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Oh, what did we break now? No, fixed. Right, what's this? JSON ignore attribute could not be found. Wanna bet? It's right there. Using system text JSON serialization. See that? I had the wrong one. And there we go. That's what I'm looking for. That's exactly what I want it to be, and I'm not finding my text. I'm going to find it.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah. Why is it still... No. It's right there. Using directive is unnecessary. Okay. But now it doesn't know what that is. Yeah. System text JSON serialization. There it is. Why you no like? It is a horrible font. Welcome to Trolling Fritz 101. So build that. What? Restored. Yeah. and build it. That worked. There, now it's got it. And we don't need... All right. Good. Don't need that. So now... oh my gosh. Where the heck was I? And app access token dot expires at is less if it's, and it's greater than datetime dot now. As long as I'm always using the same time zone, we're good. Return it. Else if app access token does not equal null and app access token expires at is less than or equal to datetime now, we need to go get it. Go get it! I need to refresh the token, which is... Right? I mean, it'd be really nice if I could just call right into the same refresh user tokens method here. I mean, I probably could. I feel like... No. Wait a sec. Is there a hotkey for deleting a line without putting it on the clipboard? Delete. That doesn't put it on the clipboard in Visual Studio. Not like in Vim. I could refactor this slightly. If I refactor this slightly, I would be able to call the exact same method from both of these and interact appropriately. Right? But it would return a string in one case. Well... Well, if I'm returning an iAction result from it either way, I guess I'm all right. I guess I could do that, but I need to be able to pass it in as an argument. So let's take all of this. Can I control dot? Yes, extract method. Refresh. I don't want to, it's refresh tokens. No. What? It looks so fancy. Okay. And the difference is up here. Right here. Refresh tokens. I'm going to pass in. I don't have a log. And I'm not actually using it. So I'll just pass null for now. And app access token dot... Well, I don't want to just return it. I need to update my local version. Return tokens? App access token dot refresh token. Okay, so I've got that. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Now, why doesn't it like this? Can I make this static? Can I do that? Yeah. Out results is a string, so I would need to serialize it and bring it back. How do I test my code? Carefully. So no, that's a terrible answer. Yeah, I need this one right here. JSON deserialize. JSON serializer deserialize right there. This. Returned tokens. So now it's deserialized out what those things are, right? It's an iAction result, so I want to go and say as OK object result. Not formatters. I want the object. Not the content, nor the declared type. Where's the object that's inside of it? Value. There it is. Which is a string. Right? Finally, I need to force the value to be reset. And that expires at, right? Because it's not, this deserialization isn't going to reset the value. Hey there, PC nerd. So that should take care of the app access token refresh. Because I have everything go through and what? Oh, tartar sauce. Where is it? Get app access token at some point here. There, client. Where's client coming from? It's being passed in. All right. So we'll do the same thing down here for refresh tokens. Make it pay. Client. There we go. All right. So that means up here, this one. Good. Up here where this one is calling, I will pass client. Fantastic. This font is making your eye twitch. Well, it's only up for 1 more minute. Okay. That should take care of all of that. Let me rebuild. It is a wild font. This is Unicorns Are Awesome. Take care, Sig was taken. Thank you so much for joining us. This was a channel point redemption. Just done right over there, and it was done by, who was it? It's not showing me in the reward queue. Was it Invisible Programmer? Yeah. Yeah. The native JSON thing is, well, James Newton King, the guy who made Newtonsoft JSON, JSON.net, joined Microsoft, and the system text JSON uses memory directly. So the reallocation of memory interactions are like nothing. Oh, we finished this and you want me to go to Comic Sans? Alright, fine. We will switch font to Comic Sans, which is a little bit easier to read. A lot easier to read. Comic Sans. And I can pull the font size down just a bit. Right. Fierce Kittens says that I've got old man eyes with how I look at that. That doesn't... Is that Comic Sans? I guess it is. And I'll put 15 more minutes on the clock. There you go. It's way better. Clearly. Right? I don't feel like that really is Comic Sans. No. fonts. Right? There's like a thing on them. Comic Sans. Alright. 18 point is fine for... Alright, so that built properly. Commit it, ship it. Make it so. I have that guy.
Make it so.
Yeah. Updated to refresh app access tokens as well. So it'll automatically refresh that whenever we need one. Because the app access token here, right, it's being privately interacted with, right? Yeah. Nothing feels remotely as funny looking. I know, right? No, we're okay. Moving on. Why is the expires in reset necessary? Let me go back to that. Because when it goes through the deserializer, I made this ignored, where it actually sets the date time of when it expires. So I'm since it's not going to serialize that value, I need to reset that value. So by just setting expires in equals expires in, it will set the expires at for me behind the scenes, which I should probably make a private set so that it's only set right there. So, there we go. Okay, that's done number 1. We're gonna get some more of these done. Convert Twitch ID to string. So this is our friend Lucky Number Slevin. He's another member of the Live Coders team. He pointed out that sometimes Twitch IDs, right? So you have a Twitch username. There's an ID, a primary key that's used behind the scenes for those. Sometimes it's not always numeric. We should handle it, though, as a string, just in those very rare circumstances that somebody comes through with a non-numeric Twitch ID. The fact of the matter is, we don't actually use it numerically anywhere. We don't sort by it. We don't count by it. So while it does store in less space as a long, it's a pain in the neck to actually work with it as a... I'm going to search in the entire solution for Twitch ID. Yeah, go. It's a pain in the neck to deal with it as a long because you have to do all the serialization back and forth. So we're just going to update these and change the data type for these. Right. Can I do a refactor on this? Will it let me? Yeah, change signature. Oh, perfect. Perfect. It won't let me edit that. Oh, you make me so sad. I'm gonna change that to string right there. Yeah, see that? There we go. Go find that one reference. There. And I'll change it in both of those places. That's well, we didn't build the comment system yet, so I'm okay with that. All right, moving on. This Twitch ID equals user ID. User ID is coming in as a string. Okay with that. This one, there we go. Get clips for this Twitch ID. 2 references to that. There we go. Change that to a string. Go back. Change that to a string. This, see, look at that. I'm doing that long parse, so it turns into an actual user ID, an actual number. Don't need to do that anymore. Right? I'm going to save a couple cycles here by just getting rid of that. Okay. Get count of likes, and it's passing Twitch ID as a string. This is right there. String. Moving on. Clip comments. Right? Commenter Twitch ID. What is that? That is a string. It is a long. We're going to turn that into a string. That's going to create an issue. Go back. That's fine. That's fine. So that's been changed. Over here, that's a string already. Get clips in Azure. Got that already. Got that. Moving down here. Ugh. Ugh. Twitch clip repository. I already got that one. String there. Good. Clip.razor. User Twitch ID. That's already a string. That's fine. I think I'm okay there. Console right, that's fine. Filter channels. What does filter channels? It takes a string. We're good there. Good there. What the heck just happened? Something just happened and my entire machine just halted almost. Now look at that. My renderer is back over to Direct 3D. It should be on the NVIDIA. That's fine. User.twitchid, that's fine. That's a string. That's a string. That's a string. String. We're good there. String. All right. Let's rebuild the whole thing and make sure. Yeah, Stream PC just went. Pfft. Dropped 39 frames. Oh my gosh, what a waste. What did I do here? That should fix that. Rebuild. I don't think the driver crashed. If my OBS was hooked up to NVIDIA, it would have dropped the entire stream. Build succeeded across the entire thing. Fantastic. Let's start and make sure I can actually get to the website. Start new instance of that. Over here, the Blazor is still building and working properly. We haven't updated anything over there. So, just a hairline crack in the main board. No. Woo. Okay, that built. There it is running. I'm going to move it just off screen. That's the production website. I'll refresh here the local host. Now that it's running, right? Loading. This is in refresh tokens. That should load properly. There we go. And show my entire thing here. Now, Fierce Kittens is here. Run! No. How's it going there, my friend? Good to see you. You know what I'm not doing? After that user information comes back in the login, I need to reset. The local storage of that. Right here. Right? It resets the user access token. I need to put it back into local storage. So that's going to be in authorize. Over here. You just woke up? You woke up to me? Oh, that's so kind. That's so amazing. That's
Inconceivable!
okay, a little. You wake up and you turn on your phone, you see this? That's a nightmare. I kid. So after authorize happens, where is it where I'm setting it? Get the user info. There, right there. Await local storage. I need to do that over here, and I don't like having it in two places. I really don't. But I do. And let me grab the local storage reference, which is this one. Oh, it's already there. Yeah, because it's getting it. All right. So that's going to rebuild. Yes, that's right, Evan. We're on Comic Sans for the next 3 minutes or so. Good. Rebuilt. It's reloading. So it should get the refresh token now, put it back into local storage. And when I refresh next time, it shouldn't go and try to refresh tokens. So I'll refresh again, and it should come up and automatically say, have my logo. There it is. Good. Got that fixed. All right. So what did we add in there? Oh, this was the refactor for... let me break this into two. Let me add... not the clip function. Let me do that first. So it's clear what I'm updating here. Updated to store user object in local storage after token refresh. Right, make it clear that's what's going on there. Now I'm going to commit the others. Updated Twitch user ID to string to fix, and that was so Fierce Kittens. What our friend Andy, Lucky Number 11, pointed out that there is a very rare set of circumstances where there are users who don't have a numeric Twitch user ID. So he suggested that he sees this in featured chat to make sure that we don't run into that issue. Convert it to a string. So to fix, this is 14. And I will push those changes. Now, those, they're not in a pull request yet. But we will see staging here load up when I set up the pull request. Let me see. What else? Well, I can mark number 2 done. You have 2 friends who cannot be seen going live or on the following page as a result. Yes! Yes! Let's put together the logout feature here. We can do that real quick as we near the end of this. And the developer version number widget will take a little bit longer to do. We probably won't get to today. So if I'm doing a logout means I'm going to forget your tokens, and I should also revoke the access token. So issuing a revoke of the access token, because you're logging out, is over here. Make this request, post with the client ID and the OAuth token. That's easy. And it also works for, well, I don't care about the app access token. I care about the user. So if the user is logging out, right, this is right, the logout button that I want to happen underneath, right? I just want to have it do this from the login view, go and post. Client ID is no problem, I've got that. And OAuth token. So once I issue that, I should clear out your local storage, just wipe it. delete that. That's easy, I think, right? But right now I don't have this click and go anywhere. Can I do a mouse over? Or maybe I have a click and it opens a little drop down menu? Can I do that? Where'd it go? Login, view, this one, right? So, style equals, what is it? Cursor, yes. Pointer on click equals display menu, right? Something like that. And this needs to be displayed absolutely and overlay the bottom. Let me see. I will not answer that question because you're asking chat. So let's create just a little variable here. Private bool display menu equals false. Protected void display menu. And this is easy. It's just going to be display menu equals not display menu. So let me tell you, chat, let's call this login menu. User menu. So I can reference it and position it later over in the thing. So I can position it and display it in CSS. What the heck? Alright, I know what that is now. That's Steam crashing me. Here we go. ahref, no, not dollar. At on click equals logout. And at some point we'll put a translation on there. We're done! Awesome. I can go back to the other font. Thank you so much, Paul Blart Mallcop, for the Comic Sans relief there. Where is it? Cascadia. I'm gonna go Cascadia Mono, so that I don't have the glyphs, the ligatures in there. So I will add a logout button down here. Protected async task logouts. And I should be able to. Not there. What the heck? This one. Here, authentication. I'm doing a post to this location. That's easy. Easy. Right? Yeah. Await HTTP post async. And it's to this location. Client ID equals, and I have the client ID, right? Yeah. Right, config Twitch client ID. Okay. Get rid of that. Why don't you like this? Because I didn't put $1 up front, that's why. And token equals, and this is going to be your OAuth access token, which is user.access token. What do you mean you don't know what that is? You do too. What else? That's it. Now why don't we like that? Because I don't have string content. Good. Man, that's a really long URL. That should be it. I mean, right? Await local storage. I want to, can I say clear? Yeah, I can just say clear. You're logging out. Wipe out everything about it. So it completely forgets you. I think that's okay. And I should be able to test that very quickly and easily. Go ahead. Let Blazor rebuild here. Nah, it didn't freeze. Nope. Good. Rebuild happened there. See that logout button? Right, I need to do the style on that. And I also need to put a big ol' if around it. And I can position it appropriately, but get back to that. Make it look pretty in a minute. There we go. Come on, finish loading. And then we'll log out, and we should see this disappear and this go back to log in with Twitch. Right? Bam! Ooh. Same origin policy. Does header client ID is not allowed according to access control allow headers. Well, and actually, look at this. It didn't grab my client ID. So I need to remove the client ID. Is it possible to customize the loading screen? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right, there's another good item to take on our to-do list. Customize the loading screen while Blazor loads. And we're only seeing it because of it's not being tree shaken and compressed down. So okay, so I'm not getting the client ID. Well, client ID, right? I should be getting. That's not right. There it is. I should be getting twitch.clientid. Go away. Right, login view. Yeah. Default request headers. And then I feel like I need to re-add it. Right, to be a... Oh. Thought I still had it on the clipboard ring. Re-add it, and... let it build, and we'll give it a try. Hey, Prestigious97, hello. Yeah, so the loading screen for that, let me show you where that is. It's not hard. just drinking some water today. So there's the about. Here's the loading. There it is. Click this. Right. I'll fix where the positioning of that logout is. I'm getting a bad request now. You know what? I'm not refreshing the screen. I should refresh after you do that. There it is. Right? And it shouldn't be trying to refresh tokens because user is nothing. Right? Now I should be able to go storage, local storage, and yeah, there is no user. So it shouldn't be trying to... Why am I getting underlines here? Right, if it doesn't have a user access token, go get it. And then I call down into here. I should do this in there so that it only functions when I have a user. I don't have a user now. Oh, I also need to put the refresh page here. Right. Get it to... Hey, One Direction. This is C# and a framework called Blazor. And we're building an application called ClipTalk that is TikTok for Twitch. TikTok like social experience for Twitch clips. Here we go. So, right. I need to update the following so it behaves a little bit nicer and cleans out. So there's my login. Oh! What happened here? Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Stop. I'm getting a bad status code coming back from auth. Right there. But that time it worked. Let me log out. Now I clicked log out and nothing happened. Bang. I feel like after, you know what, after log out, let's actually just navigate you back. Let's not do this. Let's do nav.navigate to, and it'll take you right back to the root. Yeah, and force it to load too. Make sure this builds. No reason it shouldn't build. Yeah, I'm re-navigating to home. I went to slash. There it is. So it knows I'm not right. Why did it still try to do the refresh tokens? There is no user object. See? Let's take a look. Await refresh tokens. That should only be if user does not equal null. Didn't take it quite into it. So, the loading screen it's inside, I believe it's inside app.razor. You'll be able to see it there, and you can actually have it be all kinds of different things. There, now it didn't try and refresh the tokens. So now if I try to log in with Twitch, there, it hit the authorization endpoint successfully. Coming back, I'll get my list of folks that I follow. Come on. There we go. And the clips again. And if I try to log out, and we'll fix the CSS positioning of that. There we go. I forced redirection to home after it cleared out everything. And that's bare. And come on. There is no data here for this. Local storage is empty. Good, so it's not trying to reload. So the login button works. I need to do some CSS positioning of it. So I'll click and have that log back in. While it's doing that, let's go to app CSS. Good. And that is user menu. Position absolute. Top is going to be like the height of the top row, which is not margin left. Top row, where's the height of it? There it is. 3.5 rem. And I'm going to say right 0 because it's going to come in from the right side. Hey, I had an X in there, thank you. Let me refresh. That's an MVP, ship it. Blazor is a user interface framework that's written completely with .NET and runs in the browser. Alright, so I clicked it and it's gone missing. We don't know where it is. Inspect. So this is all native application code running live inside the browser, right? Span class right. There's the about button. There's... So it didn't show it. Right? I clicked there. User menu. Where is that? It showed it where I wanted it. But it's garbage. Background. Color. It's going to be that same purple. Right? But, I mean... let's say width is 10 EM, something like that. And maybe the top shouldn't be 3.5, make it 3.4 so it looks like it kind of is docked right underneath there. You know? So now I can click the log out and it actually appears underneath there. So I'll grab the appropriate color for it because I do have that. And if I was doing this with less or Sass, I would put that color in a variable. So top 3.4, and I need to set a width on that thing. 3.4 width, and I was saying 10. And let's also, right, it was the background color. And let me grab that RGB, which is somewhere up here. Refresh. CSS has variables now? Does it? Can I do that? How do you do CSS variables? And what's the support on that? The var function. Do tell, because I will put that in a variable and just var name value. What's the support level on that? 49, 15 on edge. Well, doesn't. So 31. Yeah, we're well in. All right. Why is it dash dash? To declare two variables, and then we okay. I guess that's a thing. All right. I mean, I guess I do something similar. Just stick it up there, and it's not blue, it's purple. And I'll grab no. No, that's not it. Var, wrap it with var. Like that. Cool. And now I know. Right? I have a thing for that. And now I know.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yup. So then I can do the same thing down here. Refresh that. And we'll try our log out. There we go. Click that. There we go. That looks right. Click it, and it should have logged me out. Redirect. Make sure the console doesn't show anything ugly in here. And that'll finish the logout feature. Yeah, the loading screen is referenced app Razor. Nope, that's not it. Main layout. Where'd it go? No. Index. There it is. Right there. Whatever's inside app, that's what's displayed first. So you can load whatever content you want in there, and that will be displayed while you're waiting for Blazor to load. There we go. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. Took care of that. That's not in enhanced features. For the... right, this is complete features. And I added logout. Where's logout? Number 3. Oh, double check. Make sure that it did log out. Over here? Yep. Added logout button to fix number 3. Fantastic. And I'll create a pull request, merge that in, and we're good. There we go. Okay. That's all. All right. Yeah, that's pushed. So let's come over here. I should have the ability to create a pull request, right? Do it! Let's call this improve user login experience, because we just completed number 2. I'm sorry, number 3 also. So refresh user login tokens, fix the Twitch ID reference and the logout feature. We'll get that developer widget working next time. So now refreshing user access tokens, update or refresh app access tokens. Replace the user object in local storage, update Twitch user ID, and add the logout buttons. Fantastic. That's a better experience. Awesome. So now, yeah, look at this. So let's take a look at these two. Right? This is Azure building and giving us a staging area that we can work in. Check this out. Right? We We should see it running here. Come here. There we go. Right, setting this up. I'm not sure why I've got 2 of these. Should only run 1. But what it's... no. Right, it's going to push out to a location on Azure that we'll be able to see and review, right? It's going to put it into a staging slot. And that's a pretty cool feature to get without having to think or add anything. It's part of the workflow that was created here. Yeah, this is a private repository, so you're not going to be able to jump right to it. There it is. So, right on the pull request into branch main, right here, it removes, it closes. It's passing a close request, but it's going to allocate a staging slot here for me. Yeah, okay, that one was close pull request job, right? Okay, that hasn't been run yet because I haven't merged this. Once I merge it, it'll close that down. But right, we know this takes 2 or 3 minutes, and it'll build and it'll be all set there that we could browse to. Now, I don't have all of the configuration information out there and deployed. I need to figure out how that works so that we can actually interact with it and have real client IDs and things to present the interaction. While that's loading, I also want to add an issue out here and put this in our little bit of fit and finish that we're going to work on this week to make the play button appear a little bit, make it stand out. Make play button on videos more prominent. Right, I'm going to put that on this complete set of features here. Because it doesn't really... Yeah, I did turn the repository back to private. Only because this is going to get to a scale and I don't want... And it's going to get to some notoriety that I don't want other folks to grab and make their own. There's its litany. Hello. So, I could make a repository available that has all the issues in it. But it'll be disconnected from the source code, and that'll be kind of weird. So now, there it is. Improve user login experience, branch user login. If I mouse over it, it shows me the pull request. It shows me the branch, and I can browse to it, and it goes to... It looks like that's the same original name. Right, if I go over here, the original name is White River 0221 E770 Fox, but it's got a -27 after it. If I look at configuration, right, my configuration values are going to be hidden, so I don't mind showing this. But there, okay, the 27 is the branch, is the pull request ID. Cool. Is it copying over the variables? It did. It did. So, right, here's the version that is built off of that staging branch, right? So I should be able to still, I can't log in because it doesn't have, the domain name isn't in the token. Isn't in the OAuth request list. Yeah, so interesting. Why did it go there? I'm bounced back and forth between sites that don't exist. That's weird. And yeah, that hasn't been updated yet. Okay. We're going to have some work to do there in order to get that to update properly. The 27 is the build number. It's the branch ID. I'm sorry, the pull request ID number. See, Azure Static Web Apps, your stage site is ready. It's here. Cool, right? But yeah, I'm gonna need some work on that. It does work. It did merge proper. I mean, right? So I'm gonna confirm that merge now. Right? It's going to. Right? I can delete that branch, and I don't mind if I do. But it should close and eliminate that extra branch. If I go over here and we look at environments, this should go away now that I merged, right? So, view details, right? Close pull request job. That should trigger and close this. What's happening here? Why didn't it trigger and do the thing? Right? I merged that. Yeah, one closed. There it is. And it didn't run the merge, the close, where it's going to delete this. Oh, it did. Cool. Okay, so now if I go back to here, did it actually deploy because of the push? Right, so now I should be able to see in the actions since I completed the merge and I pushed in. There it is. Now it's deploying right there. Number 19. Why 19? Don't know. So I want to see this deploy and update, and then we'll call it a stream. There we go. Building and deploying. So nice. Nice. Oh my gosh. It's like I planned it this way, you know? So there we go. Yeah, I don't mind showing the code behind this. I do not plan on making the repository public again, no. This is something that I feel like is going to be a major contribution to the Twitch ecosystem, and I don't want there to be clones of it running around. So with respect, I'm not going to make this public. Which also means there's going to come a point here in the next 2-3 weeks where you're not going to see me working on this on stream. So there we go. Completed deploying. And I'm going to click back to this. Hard refresh. Because everything's updated now. So it loaded my user information, and over there, fantastic. My information about who I'm following, and the clips are appearing. Awesome. Awesome. So, and I should be able to log out. And it bring back, and I'll be logged out, and no following information. I can click and log back in. Fantastic. That's exactly how I want it to behave. And the filter on the left here, the only one that's working is LA Face, and there's that video. And, oh, no clips available. Sure, reload all the clips. And there they are. It's only 10 clips, and I don't have it filtering. We need to optimize. That's another feature, another bug fix we need to do. But for right now, we're done. We have this thing working the way that I want it to be. We have to do some performance tuning. We're getting closer to getting everything built for this. I'm about 33% finished, really what I'm calling completeness. So commenting system, the virtualization on the get clips, which is also going to improve performance when you first navigate to the web application. Those are going to be two big things. I don't really need the developer version number, but that's going to be something to help keep my sanity going forward. And making that play button more prominent, that's going to be big. This is really dependent on getting that virtualization working. I don't want to load more than that first 10 clips that I have until I can make sure that we can load clips on the screen in a performance aware manner. So the likes are being stored, and I'm doing a count on each one of those, which I think we can optimize. And every time there's a like, just store the total on the record so that we have it denormalized and we don't reach back down into the likes table, except to see if you like the right. And that's a simple that's a key select, so it should be extremely fast to run through. All right, I'm really happy with what we've accomplished. We cleaned up the user login experience, and also when you return, have it refresh your tokens so that you still have a good experience on the website. Awesome. Let's call it a day. Let's call that a stream. Let's get back over to our discussion over here, and let's set up a raid. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate you tuning in. This was a lot of fun today. We're going to set up a raid. We're going to keep you here on the big Twitch TV network and check out somebody else who's streaming. Let's see who's streaming over here. We can connect you with. Let me see. Is she? No, let me click into my follows here and see who I want to send you over to. That would be it'd be different to send you over there. I could do that, but I'm not sure. You know what? How about some Gatsby, GitHub, and GraphQL? Let's go visit another member of the Live Coders team. Let's go visit How to Code Well. Here's your raid call. We're going to connect over there. Working on some Gatsby. There we go. Yeah, there's the bot call. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow over on the Visual Studio channel with our first episode talking about ASP.NET Core, not Blazor, ASP.NET Core, and how to build websites using C# and .NET. That'll be over on the Visual Studio channel, and that'll be very much a lecture, interaction, lesson scenario. We'll be back on Tuesday. We'll be doing some more work right here. I'll probably be working on Clip Talk for a little bit. And back again on Thursday. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Get ready to go see How to Code Well, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.